How many chairs are you sitting on right now? Are you all in on the chair? You put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. Like you're using one microphone. That's the one microphone. Like you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time?
Drive down one.
Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? You know?
Take a different way.
Do you take a different way? You get on one airplane? Are you convicted? You put your entire family into one airplane? Aren't you afraid? When you use knives, do you have copper knives, wooden knives, steel knives, aluminum knives, rubber band knives, diamond knives because you're afraid to commit to the right knife? So my point really is, ultimately, if you're a rational individual, it's a tool.
Luke requested this song. Thanks, Luke. Gravity's holding me back. I want you to go from the palm of your hand. Thanks, Luke. Oh. Thanks, Luke. Only one time. In the city. Yeah, you. Thanks, D-Nat, with the song request. I pulled up a Jimmy Neutron. We could go slow, but we could go fast, man. We are faster. Sad city, you know what that means. I love you. What the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? Look, it's 2026. 2026 is the year of the fit, okay? It's the year of putting that shit on. It's the year of I got it and you don't. It's the year of Mr. Never Wear the Same Thing. It's the year of walking down the runway. It's the year of I'm fucking fly and nobody else has got it, baby. The Anakin Skywalker look. What do we think? Look, I know it's fear of God, but it's a fear of God you ain't never seen before. Okay, I got shit you never seen before, and silhouettes you've never heard of, brother. What the fuck is? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all living, man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Look, if I'm being completely honest, and you want to give me a comp on the fit right now, you want a fit comp right now? You want a fit comp right now, chat? Stop. Yes or no? Yes or no? Be so for real right now. Be so for real. Be so for real right now. Stop. Be so for real right now. Be so for real right now. Yes or no? Yes, 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 yes. You see the fucking vision, man. Welcome back to the stream. It's a Friday. It's a great Friday. Bitcoin was over 90K for a second. I think that the market makers saw me almost sneaking a little smile and maybe clicked the long button with the leverage slide up on Hyperliquid, and they said, fuck you, and they nuked that thing back down below 90K. But look, the market going down doesn't stop my vibes from going up, baby. That's where I'm at. The market going down, stop my vibes from going up. So welcome back to the stream. Wolf, Shelby, what's good? Caleb, what's good? Live the Life TV, what's good? Palm Beach, Bad Boy, what's good? One Spicy Meatball, what's good? Stone, what's good? Jackson Ray, what's good? Palace, what's good? Kira, what's good? Banco, what's good? GC02100007. Yo, I'm just getting into crypto. Should I even be trenching if I'm starting right now? No, you should hang out here for a little bit, though. You should hang out here for a little bit. You should fucking hang out here for a little bit. Vibla, what's good? What's good? Livio, what's good? Damn, a bunch of first-time chatters. Where y'all coming from? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? Okay, welcome back to the stream. If you're watching on Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy, or if you're watching on YouTube, because we do that now, we stream on YouTube. Twitch.tv/threadguy is the only place where I will be reading the chat. Hey, first and foremost, can we just address really quick that I got Instagram motion? Bro, peep this, peep this, peep this, peep this. I don't know if you saw me tweet this. Peep this, peep this, peep this, peep this. Look at this. Dexerto, how do you say it? Peep that shit, bro. Throwing up threadguy clips on their fucking IG. Look at this. I don't even follow them. They tagged me, bro. What do you mean it's literally you? Yeah, why else would I be showing it to you? What do you mean it's literally you? Yeah, it is literally me. It is literally, it's a threadguy clip. It says threadguy. It is literally me, yeah. It is me. So we're going to talk about all this in a minute. We have a bunch to get into today. It's a Friday. It's a relatively slow Friday, but that's not going to stop our stream from being excited. LMAO, 0.5 grams of shrooms would make teacher go insane. Am I allowed to talk about doing hard drugs on Twitch? I don't think so. We can maybe skip the shrooms topic for another day. I think we probably skip that one, right? The shrooms thing for maybe Twitter only type of stream. But all right, we got a lot to get into today. First thing, morals. Moral question is, okay, I went to the grocery store today. And I went to like the bougiest grocery store in New York. Apparently, this shit's fucking ass. It's a dog shit ass grocery store, but it's bougie. What kind of bougie grocery store like doesn't have unlimited fruit? I don't entirely know. But I went to this bougie ass grocery store today, and I checked out $185 worth of groceries. It was like 5 things, by the way. It was like 3 things of fruit, a salmon bowl, a chicken bowl, some Salt and Stone deodorant, and peanut butter. It was like 5 things. Granola too, a granola, and a yogurt. 8 things. It was $180, which, first of all, they want to talk about inflation is like 1.8% and smashing CPI expectations. Are fucking lying to you. Okay, I spent $180 on 9 items. I spent $180 on what I could carry in my hands. I didn't even have a basket. It was $180. 9 things, brother. $180 on a salmon bowl and peanut butter. Okay? Whatever they're telling you about inflation, they're lying. Okay? And anyone that's... I don't understand if you live outside of our bubble how anyone can afford to live. The answer is they can't. They are financing Chick-fil-A nuggets. Okay, we know this. We've talked about this extensively. But so I check out $180 worth of groceries, and on the thing, mandatory tip, 18% minimum, 20%, 25 or 30%, by the way. Imagine having the audacity to put 30% tip on the fucking board. But I cash out $180 of groceries. Mind you, it's 8 things, and they have the fucking tip on the screen. And I look at the guy, and I'm like, man, you know what? You probably deserve this tip. And if I could hand you $20 cash, and look, I know I said it's the year of the cash. If I could hand you $20 cash, I would. Because honestly, I'm having a bad day. I was having a terrible day. And if I could hand you a 20, that would make me feel good. I would do that. But me clicking the tip button is not going to give you the 20%. And so I'm sitting here looking at it, and I look at him, and I look at myself. I look at him, I look at me, I look at him, I look at me. And I click no tip. And bro, I'm a big time tipper. I'm a high roller tipper. I go to the, so I started doing this thing. And so I'm trying to like plant my flag in New York City. You can think of it similarly to how a dog would pee on a fire hydrant in the city. And so I did some extensive research, and I scoped out all my spots, right? I want to go to this restaurant, this social club, this restaurant, this bar, this place. And so day by day, I go to each place. I come in relatively like loud and with a loud outfit on, and I tip 150%. Every single one. I went to an Italian spot yesterday. I got a chicken parm with a burrata, and I tipped 150% because I wanted to like plant my flag that like, we come here, I'm going to be a regular here, and I want good service. I want smiles. I want you to be happy that I'm here. I want you to be happy that I'm here because I'm happy that I'm here. Okay, and if you feel like you want me, then I want to be there. So I go to every single one like I'm a dog pissing on a fire hydrant, and I tip 150% at every restaurant, and I plant my flag. Threadguy was here. I will continue to be here, and next time you have like a 1 table wait, you're going to slip my name ahead because I gave 150% tip. That's sort of my plan. So when I go to the grocery store for the first time and they ask for a 30% tip, it's like I'm down to do it at Starbucks. I'm down to do it at a restaurant. And I'm down to do it basically everywhere else in the world. But something about the cashier at the grocery store, I just cannot get myself to tip. And I'm not sure if it was because the peanut butter was $47 or if it was because the minimum was 22%. But what is the moral qualm on this? Like, should you tip at a grocery store? Yes or no? Because I feel like the answer is no. It's like, man, if I could do 5%, 10%, or maybe if I could hand you a 20, I would do it. Because here's the thing. Wow, none of you guys tip. Get your fucking sunscreen ready because we're all going to hell, man. Everyone here, get your sunscreen ready. We're all going to hell. None of you tip is disgusting. It's America. It is a citizen right to tip. This is what you should do. If you want to live in America, you should be tipping 20% everywhere. But the grocery store doesn't seem right to me. Because I'm a firm believer in karma. Karma's real, okay? Karma is real. And if you are ever having bad karma and you've done like a bad thing, I think you can just go tip gouge. I really think you could solve most of your problems. It's like, okay, you like had a girlfriend and you flirted with someone you really shouldn't have flirted with. You could just go to the restaurant and tip like 250% and you're just off the hook. I think the world works like this. It's like a good thing. It's PEMDAS, bro. A good thing averages out a bad thing. And so it's like, you were a fucking asshole to your brother. It's like, go to Buffalo Wild Wings and order like a water and a bucket of fries and put $100 down and just leave. Don't even eat the fries. I think the world works like this. I genuinely think the world works. You can do things like this. But something about when they like want it like gives me the ick, you know? Something about asking me for it. It's like, I'm going to tip no matter what, unless it's the grocery store. And I'm going to tip really well. But something about asking me for it is like, ugh, that's disgusting. Like it's ick, bro. I don't know. It's like me and the card reader, it's giving ick, you know? It's like if you give me 100 subs, I'm hyped. But if I ask you for 100 subs, it's like, ugh. You know, it's like if you give me a kiss on the forehead, I'm hyped. But if you ask me if you can kiss my forehead, I'm like, ugh. And so something about going to the grocery store today and them asking me for 30% on a $47 can of peanut butter, which by the way was runny, gross, watery, and not even good, just doesn't sit right with me, man. And I'm a tipper, bro. I'm a real man. If I was alive, if I was like 25 in the like Drake Magic City era, I would be in Drake lyrics as one of those tippers, you know. But something about it just doesn't really sit well with me at the grocery store. And so to the worker who I looked in the eyes, dead in the eyes, stared into soul, and then clicked no tip, it really wasn't about you. It wasn't. It wasn't about you. It wasn't anything you did. It wasn't anything you said. Honestly, you did really, it was impressive. It was fast. You were nice. You were friendly. But it was the way the tip readers had a 30% option. It just like didn't sound right. So I wanted to just like get that off my chest really quick. Second thing I want to get off my chest, if this is like an open session and we can talk honestly, is we have this dinner table that's a ping pong table at the house. And so it's like, well, it's actually a ping pong table that's a dinner table, not the other way around. It's like a giant ping pong table, but we eat on it. And so we eat on a ping pong table and we play a lot of ping pong, okay? And so I'm not like a traditionally trained ping pong player. Like I didn't really play it as a kid. I shot pool and I could really shoot the piss out of a basketball. It's like sort of the way my brain works, chat, is I'm really good at what I'm good at. The things that I'm good at, I'm like exceptional at, but I'm really bad at everything else. And so one of those things I'm bad at is ping pong. Okay, I'm not good. And I came here, moved in this house, and I really couldn't play ping pong. We were like, I watched Money Supreme. I want to get the table, and we got the table. And so me and my my dear friend Malcolm have been playing a lot of ping pong, and I have this like disorder, chat. I don't know if it's a disorder. Some could call it a strength. Some could call it a weakness, but I'm very obsessive. Okay. I don't know if that was like, if that's obvious here. I'm very obsessive with things. And so I find something that I like and I don't like things. I love them. I love them or I am disgusted by them. Okay. Like I'm very like, I need it now or I like get the fuck away from me. I will literally throw up and shoot you in the video game, right? I'm very much like I love caffeine, or like if I have one more sip of caffeine, I'm going to throw up violently everywhere, and I'm not going to clean it up. It's very much how my life works, and so right now I am violently, aggressively, almost primally obsessed with ping pong. I'm like all day thinking about ping pong. I hear it. I close my eyes. I hear it in my sleep. I'm like deeply obsessed with ping pong. Okay. But the problem is I only have one opponent and my only opponent is better than me. And the thing about ping pong is like in a game to 11, the better player is just going to win. It's like, okay, in the NBA, it's a 7-game series in the playoff. The best team is winning in 7 games. The best team is winning in 7 games. Okay. You're not going to beat somebody 4 times in 2 weeks if you're worse. Okay. But in the NFL playoffs, it's 1 game. You play 17 games. You go to the playoffs. It's 1 game. Quarterback gets hurt. Jared Stidham's about to start for Denver tomorrow. It's like it's 1 game. Anything can happen in 1 game. Ping pong at a game to 11, the better man is just winning. Okay, and I have played 250 games of ping pong in the last 5 days. We got the table 5 days ago. I played 250 games in the last 5 days, and I've won 2. And it's gotten to the point where the thing that I am so obsessed with and love so deeply, I can't play because I can't win. And so I finally got to the point with the regular paddle where I could really compete. I'm backspin, front spin, I'm really playing. But we got these new paddles and they call them spin paddles. They're like carbon fiber. I spent $250 on ping pong paddles. Okay, I bought these like really high-end ping pong Marty Supreme ass paddles, and they're like sticky. They like have like glue on them, and so you slice it and it spins like a fucking bowling ball. And I haven't the game evolved and I didn't. Okay, it's like when Wilt Chamberlain was 40, then they added the 3-point line in the NBA. Then it's like imagine showing Wilt Chamberlain a highlight compilation of Steph Curry in 2020. I mean, he would just play cricket or play soccer. He wouldn't want to play. Okay, but this ping pong paddle is grippy, and it changed the game the way Steph Curry revolutionized the 3-point line. And I haven't caught up with the game, and I'm pretty much in a bad mood every day because the first thing I want to do when I wake up before we get on calls is I want to play ping pong, but I can't win. And I'm kind of having like an emotional, like Malcolm's watching, and I haven't explicitly talked to him about this. So I'm sort of having like an emotional therapy session really quick before we talk about crypto, which you're here for. But I'm sort of having like an emotional brain dump, if you will, heart open, if you will, because he's never heard me say this. And so it's easy. For some reason, it's easier for me to talk to 200 people live than have a one-on-one conversation. But basically every day sucks because I wake up and the only thing I want to do is win ping pong and I can't win. And it is really just hitting me in all the wrong spots and all the wrong positions. And I don't really know what to do with it. And nothing that I do works. And I could get a coach, but it's like, when are they going to come? And so I'm just like watching YouTube videos, but the YouTube videos don't work. And yeah, it's this really like deeply frustrating thing. And I'm in a terrible mood every day about it. First thing I do in the morning. It's like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is look at your phone, and your day's ruined. Well, the first thing I do is lose like 11-4 in ping pong, and I can't return a fucking serve. And the only reason I win is when he's not paying attention. And I like to think that I'm really good at everything, but this is one thing I'm not that good at, and it's just doesn't sit right with me. So if I ever get on stream and I fucking look like shit, feel like shit, talk like shit, act like shit, that's what's happening. So yeah. He got a point with his left hand the other day, and I just stopped playing. I got to the point where it gets to 5-0. I don't play. I don't want to play anymore. So I beat him twice. I beat him once with the new paddle as well. Anyways, let's talk about the world. Let's talk about crypto. Let's talk about everything in between that you come here for, that you love for. I'm going to talk about the torrential snowstorm that's about to ruin New York City. It's crazy, man. I moved to New York City. I've been here for like a week, and the mayor rugged a meme coin. Zoran Mamdani took over, and we're getting the most severe snowstorm that's ever hit the city of New York all in 10 days. Am I the problem, or is somebody else? I don't entirely know. The problem, guys, I don't like believe in coincidences, but I believe in karma. Is it me? You've got some interesting juju. It's like, what does that even mean? Like is it me? Like, nah, Claude just like auto opened on my computer, by the way. Luke, did you just see that? That was not supposed to happen. That was insane. Claude just auto opened on my computer. But all right, here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to start the stream today with the most severe weather report ever of all time that is potentially going to set us back a long time. After that, we are going to talk about cryptocurrency and markets, because everyone joked about silver or gold hitting 5K before ETH, and now it's actually going to happen. And so there's a bunch of stuff. Ledger IPO, Hyperliquid actually looks fucking pretty decent. The worst human I know like ever is bullish Bitcoin at the same time I am, so it's a little bit of a weird spot for me there. And then we have another little presentation, and we're going to talk about the World Economic Forum, okay? Because threadguy stream, Counterparty TV is where you get your finance news, your markets news, your crypto news, your stock news, and your world political news. And so we're going to talk about that as well for the stream today. First and foremost, I'm going to read this to you because if you don't live in New York, it's pretty fucking nuts. Do we have like a polymarket one? Ooh, we do have a polymarket. Whoa, Lucas, nice job. Okay, so this started the whole thing. This was from January 20th, a couple days ago. I'm from Virginia, so I'm used to snow. I know about snow. But I haven't seen snow in like 4 years. Because I lived in like soft LA. Something about not having seasons, by the way, is really bad for your like rectal system, I think. It's not good. Shout out VA, yeah. Ball numbers, no. You don't know about the DMV, but ball numbers, no. Also, let me reply to my tweet real quick. Drop the Twitch link. Also, one more time, because we're about to get into some actual interesting stuff. If you are watching on any other platform and you want to chat, because the chat's lit and we're fun and we're smart and we're cool and we're getting money and we're doing all this, twitch.tv/threadguy. Oh, I said rectal. I meant circadian rhythm is what I actually meant, but I just had like a Freudian slip there. I meant circadian rhythm, but yeah, common mistake. You get those things messed up a little bit. Also, Tom Brady XPT, if you're the real Tom Brady. So look, this thing goes viral. A slip, dog, that's fucking not funny. A rectal slip is not funny. So this guy, Matt Van Swol, which is a elite name, former nuclear scientist for the U.S. Department of Energy and ex-photographer, says, if you live in the highlighted bands, but especially in the purple/pink, you need to start preparing for an intense winter storm right now. I did not heed the warnings of many people before Hurricane Helene, and we were caught totally unprepared. Do not make the same mistake I did. Please start preparing for extreme cold and no power for at least a few days. Brother, no power for a few days is disgusting. I have not commented on this until more professionals have weighed in, but the winter weather looks like it could be really bad, and I'd start preparing now. Things I'd recommend. And he goes through a gas and propane generator. Brother, do I look like I know how to use a gas and propane generator? No. Second, I personally own an EcoFlow battery with lots of solar. Again, do I look like a guy that has an EcoFlow solar battery? No. A propane heater? No. 0 for 3. A Starlink Mini for internet connection. This could save your life. Brother, if Verizon LTE goes off, I got nothing. If Verizon LTE goes off, I have absolutely nothing, okay? E, water plus a way to make more. What do you mean, a way to make more? Fill a few jugs and you'll thank yourself later. This was the one thing I did before Helene, and that was huge. I don't understand that. A way to make more. Like, what does that even mean? How do you make water? Brother, I'm gonna open my window with a bucket and collect snow. Food that doesn't require power, such as canned soups, peanut butter, jerky, etc. I spent $47 on a peanut butter today. Blankets. Let's say a urine filtration system. Stop. That's not a real thing. No. No, you're not out here drinking your piss, bro. It's not gonna. No. A urine filtration system designed to create potable. What is potable? To create potable water purification techniques, such as membrane distillation, reverse osmosis, and forward osmosis. No. I mean, is that what a way to make more water means? To remove contaminants and salt. No. Okay. Blankets. Light, especially if you aren't going to get a generator. This is very important. An NOAA radio with a crank or solar sometimes also acts as light. You should get one today. Some random things people forget: a carbon monoxide detector, a fire extinguisher. Yes, a few options. Life straw won't fully work. It filters bacteria and parasites, but not dissolved salts. Reverse osmosis system. The key distinction: filtration alone won't cut it. You need distillation and reverse osmosis to remove the dissolved waste products to make urine unsafe to drink repeatedly. Why are you asking? Okay. First aid kit plus any meds you need for 7 to 10 days. 10 days. What do you... Car prep? I don't have a car. I actually do have a car, but not here. Never, ever run a gas generator or inside the garage, off the garage. That's all I got for you. Don't panic. Just be prepared. And this is Virginia, where I'm from. And New York is like... Is New York? New York, like right here somewhere. So this is what I saw on my feed that was coming. And it's followed by record cold wave expected to hit 40 states. Rarely seen anything like it before. Could the environmental insurrectionists please explain whatever happened to global warming? President Donald J. Trump. What happened to global warming, he says. Followed by, so this is the craziest thing, is this snowstorm goes parabolic, right? It always comes back to markets. There's always a trade here, right? This snowstorm is so bad, and there's a correlation here, 1-to-1, which is natural gas prices surge over 52% the last 2 days as a massive Arctic cold blast. Massive Arctic cold air blast is expected to bring snow to Texas. There's always a bull market somewhere, brother. 30 to 40 below normal temperatures. This is the largest 6 Sigma natural gas event since February 23rd, 2003. Okay, and so look at this fucking chart, bro. Bro, the IRL Jon Snow. Bro, look at this chart. So this is January 19th, basically, when this thing pumped 82%, and recently, at current price, is at 67%. So you basically, January 20th at 9:40 a.m., could have bought on this tweet, which I was paying no attention to. Right here on this candle, right here, and you'd be up 43% right now. Literally everything in the market is pumping except for our crypto tokens. You could have bought natural gas. Brother, you could have bought natural gas on the news that a snowstorm is coming to New York City and outperformed Bitcoin for the last 2 years. Someone said, where do you buy a natural gas token, bro? And so I have a Polymarket thing up here. How many inches of snow in New York City this weekend? I don't really know, like, how much, like, okay, I remember when I was in 4th grade. If you're from the DMV, you remember the great, anyone who's from the DMV, remember the great snowstorm of 2014, maybe? Is that right? 24, maybe 2012, like the great Virginia snowstorm, 2012. And I think I was in like 5th grade, and we got like 8 inches, and Virginia shut down for 2 weeks on 8 inches. Like, fully shut down for 2 weeks. No school for 2 weeks. And it was right before winter break. And so the 2 weeks before winter break, we had no school, followed by 2 weeks off for winter break. I had 4 weeks off. And so for 2 weeks, you literally couldn't drive a car in Virginia. Like, you couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of our street. We couldn't get out of our driveway. My dad, by the way, my dad was like, shovel that shit. Shovel that shit. Brother, it's fucking, we got no school for 2 weeks. You talk about shovel that shit. It's dangerous outside. I'm not shoveling. It's dangerous outside. Shovel what? If it's unsafe to go to school, it's unsafe to shovel. And so you couldn't drive a car for 2 weeks in Virginia. So we're eating fucking, like, canned sardines and shit. And no, that's not true. We didn't eat canned sardines. But you actually couldn't drive a car for 2 weeks. But in middle school, in elementary school, growing up, I had a friend group of like 20 homies. I think 19 was at the peak height of our friend group. And everybody lived within 2 blocks, like 2 streets. Walking distance. Furthest guy was like half a mile. And he was like in the cut. Furthest guy was half a mile, and he was in the fucking boonies. And so for 4 weeks, it was like the greatest Canada event that has like ever happened ever. And it was pretty fucking electric. So if you remember, it was a great time. Yeah, I'm DMV native. Remember this one? No, it shut the world. It genuinely shut the world down for a couple weeks. You couldn't go to work, you couldn't go to school. It was like COVID, bro. It was like mini COVID. It was pandemic outside. You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do it. We're locked in the house. Low key was COVID prep. So, okay, I didn't know this. Where do you buy natural gas token? I have no clue. I think on Robinhood. Natural gas got a Robinhood listing, I think. Yeah, it was COVID prep. So I didn't really realize this, but weather markets are huge. Does anyone here trade weather markets? They're huge. I did not know this was a thing until like right now, basically like this moment. Actually, I didn't even read this tweet yet. To everyone who said prediction markets are just sports, here's the CEO of a $110 billion company. 1, weather and temperature contracts are the most frequently traded. 2, utilities will soon hedge electricity and natural gas contracts using these markets. Prediction markets are already institutional. You're just not paying close enough attention. So this is an Interactive Brokers clip, and Thomas Peterfy, whichever one is the right one, we'll just clip me saying it wrong. Founder and chairman of IBKR, Interactive Brokers. And he says, quote, our most frequently traded contracts are temperature contracts. We are currently working on tying up these temperature contracts with the electricity contracts and the natural gas contracts. And as you know it is basically the utilities that have to every day make a judgment about the next use of electricity. Insane, bro. I had no idea this was even a thing. And so Rob Haddock, who's been on a God run, is also coming on stream. Rob Haddock will be on stream on Tuesday from Dragonfly, who's kind of like the GOAT. By the way, he's kind of the GOAT right now. He's kind of the GOAT. We had him come on at the very beginning of Counterparty to talk about tokenized stocks and Robinhood. And he said, people do not understand how big these markets can be. Any focus on just sports is myopic and the strategically short-sighted. Is there a typo there? Chat, have you ever traded a weather future before? Yes or no? Genuinely curious if that's a thing that anyone here has traded. This is why markets to me are so fascinating. It's like there's a bull market literally somewhere always all the time. I don't think I have much of an edge on the weather in New York City, but it's happening. On Polymarket. Here's one more Polymarket thing that's interesting, actually, that happened. So like a lot of the discourse around Polymarket is, TG, you ever watch Money Masters? No, what is that? This? Money Masters is a 1996 documentary film that discusses the concept of money, debt, taxes, and describes their development from biblical times onwards. Chat, you ever seen this? I would get banned if we watched this on stream, right? Obviously. I don't think we can do that. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about for Polymarket for now before we go to crypto is I think it's good. I don't know. Okay, so you're telling me to watch it, but also Shaw launched gold. We don't do Shaw launches in 2026, my brother. We're done with Shaw launches. Weatherbot's relatively easy to code. The same thing with tweet markets. So a lot of the discourse about why would you get banned because you can't do it's like copyright and shit to show like paid movies. A lot of the discourse about Polymarket is they don't make any money and there's no fees on trading, and it's unclear exactly how they are going to pull that off. Whoever just mentioned a Shaw launch needs to be banned. And so we have a quote tweet here from Woo Blockchain. Prediction markets captured 2.7 million fees last week, hitting an all-time high. Opinion dominated with 54.3% of the fee market share, ranking more than 1.5 million in fees. Meanwhile, Polymarket's 15-minute up-down market generated 787K in fees that week, accounting for 28.4% of the market share. And so Rob quote tweets, it says, there's been a significant amount of negative press about Polymarket having zero fees. 2 weeks ago, They turned on dynamic taker only fees on a very small subset of markets, 5 to like less than 10%, to incentivize healthy market structure, and they're now already doing 800K a week. That's a fucking lot, man. You could stretch this out if it was on 100% of markets. Obviously, it's not. I think we're saying like 7.5 ballpark. But you could stretch this out, and they're making way more than Pump Fund, Hyperliquid, and a lot of these crypto dApps. So, interesting development to follow. Also, the 15-minute up-down markets are kind of electric and fun to pay attention to. It's like mostly the only ones I've traded are on Bitcoin. But poly market thriving, saving us through the winter snowstorm, and I have an entire pantry full of sardines. What canned food do you keep in a snowstorm? Like, I'm kind of just trolling about this whole thing, but I have some friends, like my mom is texting me like kind of afraid. My mom's texting me like afraid. I'm like making cracking humor and like jokes about it. My mom's like, dude, like, you're gonna get like, the world's gonna shut down. Like, I don't know. I'm like cracking humor about it. And it's apparently like not funny. So I don't know what that, what do you keep? Candles, batteries, soup, blankets, potatoes. Bro, you gotta stop with the fucking grok thing. You're gonna drive me crazy. Food in can. Spam. Beef jerky with the most to be snowed in for a day or two. Eggs, Greek yogurt, oatmeal. What's an MRE? Oh, I do know what that is. Pasta. I guess we'll see. The problem with me, okay, the last thing I'll say, and I swear we'll talk about important stuff. Well, this is, by the way, this is important. The problem with me in a snowstorm, the problem with me being snowed in during a snowstorm is I eat out every meal. I do. I would love to lie about this to you guys and act like I don't, but I eat out every meal. And so my inability to eat out every meal is a legitimate hindrance on my life. And I'm not sure what we do in a scenario in which I can't do that. In a scenario in which I am roadblocked and unable to do that, then I will have to take action and potentially unblock what's blocking me from doing that. Cook on stream. That would actually be fun if we did a cooking stream. I mean, by the way, I can. Bro got 0 survival skills in the real world. Brother, you could throw me in basically any era and I would be fine, because in any era they had markets, bro. In any era where you could buy and sell shit, I would actually argue that I would thrive the hardest in a barter economy. I would argue that I would thrive the most in a barter-led trade economy by far, and which is basically any time before they had like traditional markets, before fiat. So I would be fine in all of them, but the woolly mammoth era I think would be rough on me for sure. I think the woolly mammoth era would be rough on me when your entire skill is valued on your ability to throw a spear with 9 other guys at like a 5-ton large mammal that's running at you with massive tongues and wants to kill you. I would not do great in that era. Some people would. Some people would. Like, I would argue, you know, like a LeBron would maybe do better in that era than in the NBA, or at least equivalent. But I wouldn't be great in the mammoth era, I think. But other than that, I would think I'd be fine. And if it really became down to life or death, and it was like, threadguy, hit this fucking woolly mammoth in the eye with a wooden spear from 40 feet away that's 100 times bigger than you and wants to kill you, I would. And I would fucking skin that thing and I would trade it like a goddamn Counter-Strike rare knife is what I would do. So, all right, look, we got stuff to talk about. Threadguy, how much do you think you'd spend on eating out every year? If I told you, you would say I'm out of touch and you wouldn't watch me anymore. So I'm not going to tell you, honestly. This is my honest answer. Like, If I told you, you'd be like, you're out of touch from society, and we wouldn't be able to like connect. So let's talk markets. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, basically take what you spend on groceries and times it by like 1.5 probably. 10K a year? 10K a year? So is that an actual? I mean, it's higher than 10K a year. Yeah, of course. I spend more than that. You spend more than on groceries. You spend more than on groceries for my entire food. Like it's like the whole everything that I eat in the whole year. My parents get my groceries. Oh, I spend that. How are you gonna make fun of me? Talking about my parents get my groceries. How are you gonna talk to me? What? Talking about I'm out of touch with your parents get your groceries. It's crazy. That's fucked. My parents don't pay for my groceries. I wish they did. All right, let's talk about markets. Let's talk about markets. Okay. First and foremost is I'm 18, bro. Chill. All right, fine. The first thing I want to say is for as down bad and like sad, I don't know about down bad, but for as sad as crypto Twitter is right now, our little bootstrap community has a lot of social power and market influence. Genuinely. And I was kind of shocked. And I feel like I realized the scale from our little Roblox stream. And bro, honestly, I was shocked at how much inbound I got. One of the things I got right here is I got this follow, which I was kind of hyped about, bro. Creek Craft, who was in our Roblox content. Look at the views this guy pulls. Million every single video gets 1 million views. And so from our little stream segment, the Roblox community is like, oh shit, the crypto dudes with bread are here. And it feels like everywhere we go, yes, we wreak havoc, and yes, we break things, and yes, we piss people off, and yes, we burn most shit down, and yes, crypto generally leaves everything worse than when we found it. But when we pull up, people fucking take notice. Genuinely. People notice when we pull up everywhere. And I've had an insane amount of inbound from the Roblox thing. And so a trend that we're going to follow is, so I got on a call yesterday. I got on a call from someone who runs one of the biggest Roblox game studios. They make like, they're responsible for many of the most successful games. They're doing many millions a month in profit. And 2 takeaways from this call, from this guy, is number one, he's an older fellow, 35 plus, not older, but like he's older than me, 35-ish, and he's obsessed with crypto. Okay, he's obsessed with crypto. All he thinks about is Roblox, Fortnite, and crypto. And he believes that, just like a lot of these guys that I've heard, that the Clarity Act is going to be a big deal, especially for these bigger companies like adopting crypto. He told me 3 things. 1, he's obsessed with crypto. 2, there is a severe layer of separation between the rich Roblox and Fortnite kids and then cryptocurrency. But it's familiar because everybody knows what it is. And they're trading imaginary internet money too. If you really think about it, it's the same thing. They're trading magic internet money, Robux. They're trading magic internet money just like we're trading magic internet money that has some real world value, but it's like questionable. But there's a layer of separation. But the third thing that this guy told me that actually made me sit down and think for a little bit about what we're doing here and where things are headed. I didn't really believe this at first, but basically he told me that the next gen, like Gen Alpha, basically, I guess Zoomers aren't the young gen anymore. Gen Alpha, they like kids, like 10-year middle school, He told me that they're spending significantly more time on Roblox, Fortnite, and these metaverse world experiences, making their own games, playing their own games, than social media. He told me they're spending way more time on Roblox than like TikTok. And I was kind of like, really? Is that true? Because for like Zoomer gen, right, 18 plus, that's probably like the Instagram gen. That's probably the TikTok gen, right? He told me they're spending way more time on Roblox. And I was kind of like, I don't know if that's true, but like crazy stat. And then I'm telling you, sometimes when you ask for stuff, the world just speaks to you. And I saw this get posted today by Wob. And we have kids becoming CO Maxis through our Roblox games who buy our plushies and then make posts on our forum about how much they love Sappy. If your brand isn't already in Roblox, you're making a huge mistake. And here's the quote. Roblox is king of Gen Z. Average minutes per day globally spent by teens. Twitch, 22 minutes. Netflix, 48. YouTube, 70 minutes per day. TikTok, 112. Roblox, 144. That is insane. And so the next generation is spending, my gen, but really the younger gen, is spending more time in virtual worlds, trading virtual money and virtual economies than they are on social media. That's a big deal. Because it basically assumes that when, the crypto thesis for me on the consumer side has always been when the crypto gen like grows up, right? Everyone was 18 in 2021 buying NFTs, and then now they're like 23 in 2025, 2026. Then they're going to be 30. They're going to have jobs. They're going to have a family. They're going to have money, and they're still going to love crypto, and they're going to be immersed and understand how it works. And then boom, everything just goes up because the next gen like grows up with it. That's happening with Roblox right now. I couldn't believe it. They're spending more time on Roblox than TikTok. Because to me, TikTok is like the epitome of brain rot. And it's not true. And the entire, what will soon be the underbelly of society, the most valuable demographic, right? Young men, is spending all of their time trading funny money on Roblox. And so what the guy told me, and I really like sat with this and thought about it for a while, and it's actually bullish crypto. What the guy told me is he was super early to the YouTube thing, right? He was like an early like manager of a lot of YouTube influencers and whatnot. And what the guy told me was that he thinks Roblox, but more broadly, these like UGC game economies is what we're calling them. UGC game experiences, UGC virtual economies, whatever, is basically YouTube in 2010. And he thinks we're like a couple percent tapped in, and that the next giga trend is obviously going to be the explosion of these like metaverse YouTube for gaming, if you will, YouTube for gaming. And the thing that we both landed on is that GTA 6 has the potential to literally change the fucking future of the world. And so this is the mega trend, is the metaverse. I think he's right, because it combines everything that we are obsessed with. Right? Think about this. It's like three giga trends. It's like one, being terminally online on the internet. Two is artificial intelligence and the rapid expansion of AI and what a single person can create visually, experience-wise. And then three is the future of finance, which is basically permissionless money and the ability to add money, new forms of money into any economy anywhere, into any experience anywhere, into any game, app, platform, whatever. And so this guy is like the fucking mega trend of the world is UGC game experiences. What do we call it? What do I call it? I don't know. What do we call it? UGC game experience? Just metaverse? I don't know. What do we call it? The word NFT is destroyed, by the way. What do we call it, though? I don't know what we call it. What do we call it? I don't really know. Bro, read Snow Crash, you'll dig, I promise. Collectible? No, it's not. They use the word UGC. Like, basically one of the things he was saying is like the trend that's already happening is if you are like Disney and you want to promote a new movie, instead of paying some TikTok, like 30-year-old TikTok influencers to talk about your new movie, you're just like making a Roblox world for Tangled or was it Frosted? What's that movie called? The snow one? Frosted? I've never seen it. That's what they're doing. And we talked about it on the Roblox stream. Like every Frozen. Jesus. Fuck, man. Jesus, man. Fuck. It's been a long day, dude. This is what he told me is the mega trend. It's 2 to 3% tapped. And it is going to be the biggest up-only thing that's ever happened. And it combines every new technology megatrend into like one gigatrend. Every megatrend into a gigatrend. And so I'm like, how do you long it? And I don't know. Is it just this? This is a weird chart. I would have fucking probably bought that breakout. Wow. I would have bought that and got wrecked. But what do you think? Yes or no on this? Like, this is something I feel like is an obvious crypto bull case that nobody talks about anymore. The word metaverse is like a joke. The word metaverse is a joke, but this is like the most obvious crypto come up ever. I mean, it's like, what the fuck are we talking about? This is the most obvious shoe-in, smack in the face, hell fucking yeah of cryptocurrency ever to me. And part of the problem, by the way, I'm going to be honest. Part of the problem with crypto's leaders' ability to see foresight into how consumer will win crypto and what the use cases will be. Part of the problem, my friends, is that most of the leaders in crypto are like 40. This is a legitimate problem. No, it's not a problem, but it's there's like a trend information delta. And no disrespect to any of my 40-year-olds in the chat. I'm not disrespecting you at all. You're wise, you're mature, you're smart. But the 45-year-old VC doesn't like really, he doesn't have a level 10 garden and grow garden like I do. It's basically what I'm saying. This is because when I started streaming, everyone was like, it's just retarded. Why are you doing this? And I like took it really personal. And then I'm like, wait, you just like don't know who iShowSpeed is. Okay, you're just wrong. Right? And so the leaders in crypto are very on the money about the finance side of things, like internet capital markets, tokenized stocks on chain, perps on stocks, stable coins. They're very right about that. But they were very wrong about the like FOMO app, consumer side, metaverse, things like this. It doesn't make sense. Like, they don't get the trenches, is basically what I'm saying. They don't get the underbelly of this whole thing. That's why these people like, you don't see a lot of VCs talking about Axiom or like Solana meme coins. They kind of like missed a lot of that. It was run by a different demo. I think they're just like largely tapped out of that. And so I have convinced myself over the last week, and every day I kind of get more convinced of it, that I think this metaverse thing is actually going to be fucking huge. And I think we're going to be we're the face of this consumer side. Like this stream, the people in this chat, I think are sort of the face of where this is heading. And so all I'm saying is we're going to follow it really close. We're going to follow it. And everyone that I've gotten a chance to talk to from our little Roblox stream, which by the way, had way more impact than I would have guessed, is telling me that this UGC metaverse thing is like going to be a big deal. And so I don't know what the trade is exactly, but we're going to be paying attention. We're going to be paying attention. Speed is top one streamer in the world. TG, number one crypto streamer in the world. Also, last thing on this chart is the YouTube thing is like surprisingly high. There's 40 concurrent on YouTube right now to 130 on Twitch. I don't promote the YouTube at all. I never told anyone we were streaming on YouTube. They just like watch on YouTube. Short Netflix. That's actually an interesting one. I was on YouTube and swapped. How'd you find me? You know me from CT or no? Yeah, this is maybe an interesting one. How much you made in YouTube videos? Like $500 ever. Yeah, this is a weird one a little bit. I don't really know what the trade is on this. So, if Baron Trump launches a coin, you're gonna buy. Brother, if Baron Trump launches a coin, pack it up for another 3 years. If Baron Trump launches a coin, it's like Punxsutawney Phil fucking saw his shadow. We're going back to winter for six months. Yesterday was free money short Intel. We're gonna talk about Intel in a second. The only stock crypto Twitter gets behind, and then it just drops 20%. How's that coffee? That's great. That's what's going on. All right, so here's next. I'm gonna get up for a second and come back. I actually have a bunch of topics today. I'm kind of down. If you're down to just keep like chill flowing, I feel like we're having some good convos. I'm gonna get off for just a second. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I have like actually a lot of things to say today. Keep yapping. That's the one thing I'm good. I told you I'm not good at that many things, but one of the things I can really do is talk. It's like you put me on a first date with the most dry, boring, watching paint dry ass, uninteresting ass, and I could fucking have 3 hours at like. All right, I'll be right. You took my heart. By the way, you know what I love about the stream? Is nobody even addressed what happened yesterday. Nobody even referenced what happened yesterday, like at all. We just acted like that wasn't the thing. Like what? No one said a single word about it today. Like everyone just showed up like we didn't. I mean, like, what? Not one word from anybody. Even the. By the way, we get on post stream stand up, and nobody even said a word. They're like, "Yeah, good stream. Like it was fun." I'm like. And so I want to learn about the spooks, and maybe we do a whole episode on the spooks. Would be fun because maybe we do a episode on the spooks because yeah, I'm like afraid to Google it on my local computer. So maybe we'll go to like the library or something and do it. But that was like, is it not a slur? Is it? Damn, can you tell me if it is? Because that's crazy if it is. I think it is. Really? He said it if it is. By the way, this is so funny. This is not real. This can't be real, right? There's no way this is real. Somebody confirm to me this is real. There's no way this is real. It's fucking hilarious. Oh. All right, let's get down and dirty now. Let's get down and fucking dirty. Okay, couple things. One, on the topic of crypto Twitter being early to everything, which we talk about all the time now, this guy tweeted, I don't feel comfortable with the fact that almost everyone on Earth agrees that fiat is worthless. So they need to keep the majority of their net worth in risk assets, even though it's true. Maybe I'm out of touch from the world and I don't really understand what's happening with normal people that don't live in our bubble and get exposed to what we get exposed to every day. But I don't think this is the sentiment of the world, by the way. I just want to call this tweet out because I saw it on my feed. I think that there's a very small, elite, cutting edge of knowledge subset of people that exist primarily on Twitter, in the crypto Twitter, in the FinTwit, finance and tech cohort of Twitter that recognize this and generally think this way. And then nobody else in the world, I'm talking 95% of the rest of the world, does not think this way at all. Like, I don't think the normal person that works a job and is getting paid thinks that their dollars are worthless. I don't think that this is true at all. I think this is a crypto Twitter is early. Your infiltration tab is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. I'll delete that. I don't think that this is really true. Like, let me ask you a question. Everyone here has normal friends. I mean, no one here is normal, but everybody here has normal friends, I'm assuming. Do your normal friends think that the money that they work for on Monday through Friday is worthless and that they have to hold risk assets as a way to break out of the system because their currency is being debased at a rapid pace? Do they think this way? Yes or no? Genuinely curious. They might feel it. I think that they feel it. But I don't think that people are articulating this thought in their head, if I'm being honest. Like, my friends feel it. They're like, dude, this fucking... But they feel it and they like, oh my God, I can't believe this beer is like $10 type of way. Not the currency is being debased and I should be putting all of my money into risk assets. So, I don't know. I think this is a crypto Twitter is early to this kind of thing. But the Pentagon has reportedly installed a Pokemon card vending machine inside its main food court. Pentagon Pokemon vending machine. Waste of space. The Pentagon apparently installed a Pokemon collector card vending machine in its food court. I never thought I'd see the day where an LTC might seriously consider selling secrets for a chance at a Pikachu art rare from the Pentagon food court. Dog, our military ain't winning shit. Wow. Is CGC a public company? Is CGC card public? Yes. No. It's not a publicly traded company. How a gotcha machine ended up. According to Task Department, a military journal was that the Pentagon loot box machine was installed on December 23rd, 2025, as confirmed by Pentagon spokesperson Susan Gaw. A quote, a place built on legacy, leadership, and history, now experiencing the thrill of Lucky Box firsthand. This is a milestone moment for Lucky Box, and we're excited for this opportunity. Nostalgia, pure excitement. You don't need to be nostalgic in the Pentagon, brother. Yeah, this is probably the top, local top of Pokemon. I'm not going to lie. This might be a local top of Pokemon. Long it on Trove is really... This is insane. Are you kidding me? This is insane. These These Lucky Box machines aren't new to the US. They just typically appear in places like malls or casinos. The Pentagon machine from photos posted on Reddit featured an image of a mint first edition Charizard worth over 100K. Yeah, maybe we have like reached an inflection point in the Pokemon thing, huh? Maybe gacha is like gonna go up. What's the market cap of cards? Does cards pump on that? Yeah, it does. Up 6%. Oh, not great though. Oh. Well, that is a little bit unique. Okay, a couple more things, and then we'll get to like, yeah, silver is up a fucking ridiculous amount, and we're gonna talk about Hyperliquid, and we're gonna talk about some fun stuff. Okay. There's this concept that I'm kind of obsessed with right now, and I believe it was coined by Good Alexander. At the very least, I'm just gonna give him credit for it because he's the first person that told me about it. And the concept is called hallucination yield. Chat, have you ever heard of hallucination yield? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Hallucination yield. Have you ever heard of this? Basically what it means, from the way that I understand it, watch this. It's like, okay, so let's assume, okay, so most people haven't heard of this. Okay, let's assume a future where people are talking to LLMs, large language models, talking to AI all day for most of their general life decisions, okay? Like, one more yes or no. Do you talk to AI every day? Yes or no? So let's assume you talk to AI for your general day-to-day life. I do. I'll talk to it even for like little stuff. Like, yo, I just did this lift and my shoulder hurts. What's a better push exercise? Or like, yo, I'm about to eat this meal, but like, I don't have, you know, the ingredient to make this. What should I swap it in? Like, I talk to it for work, but I'm also talking to it for like my day-to-day life. Like, yo, I'm about to send this like risky text. What do you think of this text? I'm doing shit like that. I'm talking about send this risky text. I'm asking Claude if I should send this risky ass text, right? And so if you could assume that you're using Claude or AI or ChatGPT for your health, for your workouts, for your relationships, for your personal life, and then most importantly for your work, one obvious vertical that you are going to ask AI about is your finances and investments. That to me feels pretty obvious, right? You're going to ask AI about your finances. Do you like this trade? Do you like this chart? What do you think about my thesis? Here's how my portfolio is split. Should I buy this coin? Should I buy this stock? Should I trade this thing? What do you think of this earnings report? What do you think of this white paper? People, and most people, are absolutely going to be using AI for their finances. So, do you agree or do you not agree that people are going to be using AI for their finances? Yes or no? Do you agree or do you not agree? What to buy, how to buy it, when to buy it, how much to buy it. Okay, so watch this. Everybody agrees, right? Yes, 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 yes. So, think about this then. Is generally speaking, everybody's talking to the same AI, right? I'm talking to GPT 5.2. I'm talking to Claude Opus 4.5. We're basically, wait, what is the White House tweet? Did I come back to it? Oh my God, whoa. No way. Wait, what's the... Wow, 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 wow. Wait, I'm gonna come back in a second. Holy shit. GG. W candle, that's crazy. Wow. You love to see this. Spicy meatball, don't worry. I got it. You love to see this, honestly. This is awesome. Thank God. It's nice. G fucking G on the penguin. Now, I'm just going to say, last time I remember this meme being this big was Studio Ghibli and the White House posted it and it was over. But you fucking love to see this, honestly. It's ripping. Should watch the 1 minute. Wow, look at that candle. Wow, that's awesome. Give us some life in the trenches, man, please. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ghibli was dog shit at the event. What's right now? No, I'm honestly no FUD, no FUD, no FUD, no FUD. I like this coin. This is a sick coin, and the meme is awesome. And you love to see it. Hell yeah. First on-chain coin of what? Look at this chart. 4 hour. That's awesome. Wow. GG. G fucking G. And the dev can't sell 200K in one clip. GG. 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 Okay, I'm gonna finish my point though, because I'm about to make a sick point. So watch this. You could assume that everyone is asking ChatGPT and AI models about their finances, and everyone's using the same models. And so there is some great alpha and information in what the models are telling people to buy and how high these things are going to go, right? And so here's a quick example right here. This guy Jeets by Nav tweets, software companies are dying because of LLMs. So I asked Claude which software companies will come back, and it picked ServiceNow. So I aped hard. Cheers. Quote tweets, and he says, damn, Claude is so tough. And this thing's up like 5%, right? And so I went on and I asked it, just kind of like trolling, you must pick a number, because I didn't want to pick a number. What will the price of Bitcoin be at the end of 2026? Answer with one word. And it says 185K. Okay? And the concept of hallucination yield is basically the delta, the difference between the price of an asset and what the AI thinks the price of the asset should be. And if everyone is asking the same AIs the same question, and it's giving you the same prices for the same assets, eventually this thing will will itself into existence, and it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it will reach said price because everybody thinks it should reach the same price because everyone's asking the same AIs the same questions about the same asset. And I kind of thought it was a troll at first. Like, I kind of thought it was like, okay, cool, like dystopian, sci-fi, cool topic, whatever. And then I started asking Claude if I should send this risky text or not. And I thought to myself, yeah, I'm probably going to start asking GPT about coins, and I'm probably gonna think that other people are also gonna start asking ChatGPT about financial price targets. And I think actually that this is a narrative that is not getting a lot of traction, and there are not a lot of people that talk about this. But dude, it's just like the law of like assumption. It's like, obviously this is going to be a thing. Obviously this is going to be a thing. Obviously this is going to be a thing. And so the Good Alexander take is basically figure out what assets the AI likes the most, figure out how high it thinks it's going to go, and then buy the ones that have the biggest spread between current price and what it thinks the price should be. And maybe we'll do an episode where we just like talk to it about prices. But I think it's pretty fascinating, honestly. I think it's pretty fascinating. I think it's something we should pay attention to more. Like I never really like paid attention to it for stream. I would just kind of like do it on my own accord. But this is obviously going to be a thing. Hallucination yield. It's a concept we're probably going to hear about a lot more. And I got to give that fucker Good Alexander some credit, because, I mean, should we just ask it right now? Literally what I've been vibe coding the last week. I just want to ask it like one question. Like, given the state of the market, the world, especially how gold and silver are trading right now, not financial advice, what do you think the best trades are to make right now? What would you buy? And what are your price targets? In theory, hypothetically, etc. Back at it, Michael. I know, it's so annoying. Hallucination yield is fucking wild, right? Everyone in chat, ask Claude this right now. Ask your Claude, ask your GPT this question right now. What's good, Charlie P? Put search on as well. Put search on. Ask it this question right now. Whatever model you use, Perplexity, whatever. All right, here's my thinking. The consensus trade, precious metals is obvious but late. Silver's 102 up. Gold is extended but more institutional runway than silver. Everyone agrees the nature of the trade concerns me. The contrarian setup I find more interesting. 1, Bitcoin long at these levels. Target is 130 to 150K by H2 2026. 2, gold silver ratio trade. Long gold, short silver. 3, silver miners over physical silver if you want more silver exposure. We haven't really paid attention to the miners at all. What I avoid. Chasing silver spot here. ETH. Still searching for a narrative. No stocks. What about stocks? Doesn't just have to be Bitcoin. We'll do this and we'll just I don't know. We'll follow it. I'm interested. Gold miners, energy, non-US equities. A little late to that. Small caps. What I'd fade Mag 7, anything priced for AI perfection. Interesting. Mine low-key opposite. It said silver, gold, asymmetric bet, but I also touched on the miners. I'd be more interested in what were the answers it gives everybody. Let's do this. What is the single best asset? All markets. Answer in one word with one price target for end of year 26, please. I also got silver miners. I said long hold in silver. Long gold and silver. Miners need to be the common denominator. Let's check the miner stocks. Silver 150. My God. What are the best proxy for silver miner stocks? Let's see. SIL. It's just silver now. Oh, here. Let's see. AG. I don't know anything about the miner business, by the way. Like, at all. Whoa. 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 Hold on. Hold the fuck on. That to me looks like a how many year breakout? Whoa, 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 whoa. My friends, that is a 5,432 day breakout. Holy fucking God. Whoa, 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 my Lord. How do you buy this? How does one buy this? How do you purchase this? That's a 15-year breakout. How do you buy this? Brothers. We might have found ourselves a trade. My father was a mining engineer and would have loved seeing this was hard rock gold miner. Shout out your father. Wait, is this on HAP3? No, it's not. This is crazy. Dog, look at this fucking chart. The 15-year breakout. Didn't we just learn this lesson with... Okay, what else? AG pass already fucking broke. Look, it broke its 15-year breakout. It broke its 15-year breakout and pumped 50%. Okay. Why did the other one not do it yet? HL. Oh my God, this is longer than 15-year breakout. Oh my fucking God. No! This thing is not going to break out of a how many year range? 32 plus 26. 58-year range. You're lying. $58, and from this is what? A break of this is from November of 80. 46-year range. What's the last one? What's the deal with AG and HL? HL is about to rip a like 50-year range. AG is like 15 plus years. Bro said, I just joined. Is TG now switched to being a silver trader? Well, look at this chart and tell me you don't want to trade some fucking silver. Look at this chart, brother. This is the one that looks the best to me. This looks fucking like filthy, sick, gross. This looks gross. This looks fucking sick. What's the penguin at? Not bad. HL's the better trade. 50-year breakout. Zero doubt versus AG's leverage. The problem with AG. Active tax. See, this is where I get out of my fucking radar, though. It's like I don't know this shit. Active tax dispute with the Mexican government. What does that even mean? Mexico jurisdiction risk in general. What is AG minor? It's a Vancouver-based senior silver producer with a portfolio of high-grade, low-cost mines in Mexico. Got it. So they have mines in Mexico. PE at 135x. Whoa. Already up 4x in encouragement. AG is a pure silver play. We'll have a higher beta if silver goes parabolic to 150. What is HL? The case for HL. 50-year base breakout. Zero debt. U.S.-Canada jurisdiction versus Mexico. Interesting. Just found a way to buy on chain. How? This is very HL. Hecla mining. Yeah, this is a disgusting chart. Let's look at like 6 month. Look at 6 month, bro. I meet someone in Mexico mafia, apparently. A lot of natural resources on land. Cartel fucked it up, LOL. I don't know about the Mexican cartel, G. That's like out of my price range. I don't really... Am I missing something here? Can someone like talk some sense into me? Look at a 1 year. Let's go 1 year. Look at this chart. This is one of the greatest charts I've ever seen in my life, I think. This is a 1 year candle, bro. This green candle, this pump, the last time I pumped this hard in 1 year was in January of 1979. It's the last time I pumped this hard. 1979. Bro. Do you remember what was happening in 1979, chat? Do you remember what was happening in 1979 with gold? Do you remember that stream? This is what was happening in 1979. This. This right here was happening in 1979. Gold. Remember why? Do you remember why this was happening? So Richard Nixon was the president. He told Arthur Hayes, "You're a fucking bitch, and you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna lower interest rates, or I'm gonna take over the fucking Fed." Remember that? Arthur Burns. I call him Arthur Hayes. Arthur Burns. Remember that? Richard Nixon was president. Told him to go fuck himself. Did I say Arthur Hayes? That's crazy. Gold pumped 134% that year. This year, it is pumped. Did I say Arthur Hayes? That's pretty funny if I did. I didn't mean it. This year, it's only pumped 15. It pumped 134%. 134%. It's only pumped 15% this year. Last year, it pumped 64. 2 years in total, it's pumped 89. If it did that same 134% move, obviously the market cap is way higher. It would be 6,200 basically an ounce. That'd be an additional 25% move from here. That's crazy. That's fucking disgusting. Wow, chat. Are we just gonna fucking wait? Let's get this. You go back to charts from 1978 to 1980 and tell me if miners were the play after gold and silver piss ripped. When did the miners go? After they stopped, when they were pumping? Give me some data. Imagine you have 1 billion in gold and does a 2x. Imagine you have 1 billion in gold and it pumps like 1%. Imagine that. Fuck a 2x, bro. Imagine you have $1 billion in gold, it fucking does a 2x. Also, we have 42 on YouTube as elite. Who are these YouTube people? Come say what's good on Twitch if you're one of these YouTube people. Here's the data. Gold peaked January 21st. Silver peaked January. So they peaked at the same time. Miners lagged the metals by 9 months. Wow. Miners nearly doubled after gold and silver topped. Wow. Wait. What about in this pump? 02 to 2012. What about the pump from 2002 to 2012 on gold and silver? Tell me about the miners. Tell me about the miners, please. Tell me about the miners, chat. What app do you use for multiple streaming? iRoll Toolkit. And this one's different. The numbers. Okay, so this time they peaked at the same time. The cycle, the miners peaked with the metals, not after. Okay, then what about this pump? What about 19 and 20? Okay. What about the pump on gold / silver from 2018 to 2020? What's good? Say a word. Tell me about the miners, Claude. Tell me about the fucking miners. Wow, look at the penguin. Tell me about the penguin. Tell me about that penguin, G. Tell me about the fucking penguin, man. Tell me about the penguin. That's one of the shortest and sharpest 3 cycles. Time move was only 5 months. Damn, so no. The miners didn't do that well. So in 1980, they lagged. The miners pumped after. 2001 to 2011, they led. 2018 to 2020, they moved together. So what happens now? Lesson for today. We're on something that looks like late 2018. Miners have been basing for years. Just broke out of a decade-long downtrend for gold. The cycle rhymes with 2020. The move will be fast and violent. You won't have time to think. Interesting. Well, I think at the very least we can add it to our like daily topics, right? Like we should probably add it to our daily topics. We should talk about the fucking miner stocks, huh? I'd say up and soon. No. 25 million to Penguin. Wow, you fucking love to see it. Look at this shit go. Look at this shit go. Well, I didn't know they added KOLs to fucking top traders. How much? Not P&Ls aren't even that big on it, which is crazy. Why is this dog shit pumping? It's actually just like a good meme, bro. It's just like actually a lit meme. Like the White House posted it though.
My coworkers keep saying I need to make it like a.
The White House posted it. Bro, you can't watch this video and not like remember when the year started, I told you 2026 was just gonna be one of those fucking years. 2026 is gonna be one of those years where you fucking get called to a higher purpose and you do some fucking I told you it's the year of drinking, partying, green candles, euphoria, and fucking grinding. I think the video just like speaks to people, bro.
But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why? With 5,000 kilometers ahead of him, stand still and let him go on his way. But one
Wait, watch this one. I'll watch one more. Stay foolish. Stay hungry. Wait, there's one more. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Fuck. Yeah, this.
But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center.
You can't, like,
He
this
would
is
neither
the...
go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70. But one of them caught our...
It's just the type of... Wait, what am I looking at exactly? Oh my god. He sold 2% for 6 soul. Whoa. He sold 2% for 6 Solana. Right now, 2% is like 480K. Whoa. Is that right? I think that's 480K. 1 mil tokens would be 240K. 2 mil tokens would be 280K. He had 1.6 mil. It's like $350,000. Wow. That is only in crypto. Can you put $500 into an asset and be up 350,000? It's the same thing that I said about the Remus P&L card. It's the same thing I will continue to say. Crypto will continue to have product market fit as the money of the internet because it's the only market in the world where you can turn $500 into $500,000 in a fucking week. You can't do it anywhere else. Nowhere else. You can't even do it in the lottery. You can't do it in the lottery. You could probably do it in the lottery, actually. But who wins the lottery? Have you ever met someone ever that's won the lottery ever? Have you ever met a human that's won the lottery? Do you know one person that's won the lottery ever? Like, be honest. Be so for real right now. Do you know someone that's won the lottery? No, you do not, you lying ass. No, you do not, bro. You're lying like shit. How do 5 people of you... There's no way 10 people here know someone that's won the lottery. Stop it, bro. 8, 9, 11 people know someone that have won the lottery. That is fucking bullshit, bro. You are fucking trolling. I'm not talking about like cashing out at a scratch ticket. I'm talking about like winning a real deal lottery. Y'all are fucking lying like shit. Y'all some fucking liars, bro. What are you talking about? You do not know someone being alive is winning the life lottery. That's that penguin shit. Being born is winning the lottery. That's that penguin shit. I won the lottery when I found this live stream. You better fucking make me blush. Y'all lying like fucking dog shit, bro. Y'all lying like shit saying that. All right. Buddy sent her the White House tweet like we didn't just look at this. Hey, can I just say something real quick? The Donald Trump propaganda media team is probably the single most elite, skilled, and talented cohort in the world. Not in America, in the world. They are one of the greatest, most locked in, focused, elite group of young people in society. Period. He has one of, if not the best propaganda arm that any political organization has ever seen, and it's not even fucking close. Man, you could show the most liberal, left-leaning person ever one of these Maduro edits, and they would flip. They would fuck with Trump, bro. Maduro hype. You could show that. No, not this. There's one that was so good. Wait. Here. You know, every corrupt world leaders look at the Maduro pics preparing a what if plan. That's funny. That was really good by me.
Today.
No, here.
Aquí no esperan Miraflores. No se tarden en llegar. ¡Cobarde!
Successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night.
I broke the rule, cause this bitch a witness. Plus, I just popped due, but she ain't crying. And this hoe is smiling. Plus, this bitch look cute, so we slide out.
Nothing like it, bro. His media team is one of the greatest that has ever walked the face of the fucking earth. You could convince anyone anything if you have a media team this good. You could convince anyone of anything if you convince that good. The King Von instrumental soft version in the background, dog. You know, I almost think that Trump is meeting with the media team before he does some of these speeches. Like, you know, like Lamar Jackson edit where he like puts his hand on the camera. I almost think some of these things are being planned. Look up Eddie Tipton lottery. Okay, after that we have to talk about crypto. Hot lotto fraud scandal. Eddie Tipton's $1.16 million Iowa scam lottery featured in a documentary. In August 2017, Eddie Tipton was sentenced to 25 years in prison for rigging random lottery draw jackpots in multiple states, including Iowa, worth a combined $24 million. Yeah, he did that shit, by the way. He did that shit. Nah, I stole that shit. Wait, is there a TikTok for it? No, there's not. The documentary tells how Tipton, a former executive at the Urandable-based multi-state, he worked at the lottery, rigged drawings by using a computer code that narrowed the odds of winning from 5 million to 1 to just 200 to 1. His biggest scam, a $16.5 million hot lottery jackpot in Ottawa in 2010, was never paid out, and ultimately he drew the attention of state and federal investigators. Wow. He was paroled in July 2022 after serving more than 5 years in Iowa prison. 5 years for 25 M's? People do less for worse, is all I'm saying, or more for less. All right, I'll be back in 6 seconds, and then I have some serious stuff I want to talk about. Some serious stuff I want to talk about.
Forget I'm just chilling like I'm back on the yard. My niggas say I'm the truth, and when I rap they applaud. That was my unsigned hype, like in the back of the sauce. That's like I'm trying to get ahead, but she's just jacking me up. I needed more, had to earn stripes, no Adidas store. Put my feet on floor, borrow money from me or more. Just to cop a microphone, the same one that put me on tour. She held you down, now you out here fucking around. For my broke niggas, rich niggas, what? Gold diggers, crib sippers, what? Cold nigga, flow sicker, what? Motherfucker, I'm a fucking hand buster, yo. Coming down on the strip, looking in the whip, parking lot pimp, enough game to be so. Learn from me, fuck bitches, burn money. Someone told me, boy, you got your whole life to get old. But everything that glitter ain't gold. The grass ain't greener, I've been told. She told me, boy, you want your cake and eat it too. I said, it's cake, that's what you supposed to do. Okay, my granny just died, but I'm too broke to go. And she asking my fear, but she too close to know. Got trust issues, I'm trying where it come from, don't know. I just block out the pain, blow the fuck up, get dope. See, I thought that would help me. It turns out it's worse now. My girl want her first shot.
All right. Let's lock in. We got shit to do. We got real deal shit to do. Old chick calling, yeah, I'm on to new things. She's still a dime, but I never lose change. Best shit lyric ever. I posted as an IG caption one time. I went to prom with this girl after I broke up with my old girlfriend like 2 weeks later. And I posted that as an IG caption. It was crazy. It was this crazy drama. It was nuts. Old chick calling, but I'm on to new things. She's still a dime, but I never lose change. It was my Instagram caption, bro. Yeah. Imagine that. 2 weeks later, it was dark. It was really dark. It was not funny. It was really dark. It was not funny. It was dark. All right. Couple crypto topics, and then we're gonna talk about Davos because it's actually fun. Number one is Ledger IPO is coming, which is fucking crazy to me. According to FT, crypto hardware wallet maker Ledger is working with Goldman Sachs, Jefferies, and Barclays on a potential U.S. IPO that could value the company at over $4 billion, possibly as soon as this year. Founded in 2014 and based in France, Ledger was valued at about $1.5 billion in 2023. How is Ledger worth more in 2026 than it was worth in 2023? Chat, in the last year, have you spent money and or done a transaction on a Ledger in the last 12 months? Genuinely asking. Yes or no? I should have separated those questions, actually. That was really bad. Okay, the separate question is, have you spent money on a Ledger product in the last 12 months? That should have been the question that I should have led with. But I messed it up. No. No. I have a Tangam wallet. I don't even know what that is. What's the best hardware wallet? Dude, I guess it's Ledger, but that shit is fucking ass. It's so ass. Sorry, GG, I have no friends anymore. Sorry to hear that. I'll be your friend, brother. We already talked about this though. You're late, my friend. If you want to be my friend, come early next time. How about that? How about that? Come early next time and pay attention to the topics. They both suck. Treasure sucks too. Ledger's worse. Here's the penguin. While there isn't that much that we're excited about in crypto, there's one mega trend here that I think is going to be really valuable for us to follow. This is an important metric. Ryan Watkins, who is becoming the most important person in crypto right now. If you don't follow Ryan Watkins with notifications, I didn't have notifications on. I just didn't know. You're not a serious person. He's becoming like the only optimist left, and you fucking love to see it, except for us, of course. There's a new on-chain meta emerging that has nothing to do with meme coins, and it's pretty much the only new sector growing exponentially in this market. So long as financial markets stay risk on, this should be one of the biggest ones yet, and it's HIP3 daily volume. Part of me really hates to call it a meta because that almost implies the trend is ephemeral and not a potential mega trend. I've been pretty bullish on equity perps since the beginning, but commodity perps have been a much bigger surprise. Gold and silver markets regularly do more volume. This is a mega trend, my friends, and that is Hyperliquid. And Hyperliquid in, let's go, 7-day revenue is making a lot of money, bro. A lot of money. 13 mil 7-day revenue relative to Pump's 8.8. It's just up only. Like, I remember doing a transaction to long Nvidia the day that HIP3 equity perps came out, and there was like $5 million in volume. If I pull it up right now, Nvidia on my screen, 24-hour volume is $23 million, and there's $24 million of open interest. That's crazy. Compared to watch this. Wow. Ready for this stat? Ready for some stats? Oh, wait, no, it's not their best market. Hold on, I'm on the wrong market. Okay. So Nvidia has 24 mil, 24-hour volume, 24 mil open interest. Farcoin has 30 mil, 24-hour volume, and 53 mil open interest. What about like what's a good like altcoin that's like, what about Zcash? Zcash has 29 mil 24-hour volume and 120 mil open interest. What about what's one more? What about like Axie Infinity pump the other day. 28 mil volume, 8 mil open interest. Interesting. It's happening. I mean, it's up a significant amount. Do XMR. Okay, let's see. Sorry, it's not on my screen. XMR has 13 mil 24-hour volume, so half of NVIDIA, and 30 mil open interest, a little bit more open interest. But the trend's fucking happening, and people are using. Have you longed or used the HIP3 at all? It's really good, man. It's really fucking good, and it works, and the books are pretty deep, and at least for the size I'm trying to move, it fucking works. It's good tech. It is damn good tech, period. Bar none. It is damn good fucking tech, and if you are looking to trade a lot of this equity perp stuff, you should, you should use it. Follow up. Are you using Dreamcash app for HIP3? No, I'm just using the Hyperliquid front end. Flood. Less than 100 days later, we're already pumping $1 billion of ADV and over $660 million of open interest. Slow, then suddenly all at once. All roads lead to Hyperliquid. This is the only company that matters in crypto. It's a little aggressive. I like to think a little aggressive. And a true 0 to 1 for global finance. This I agree with. If you were here yesterday and you read the Ryan Watkins thread with us, I think that was a really important one where these things are happening. They're maybe not happening as much as you want, and it maybe doesn't quite show up in the price action, but the growth is coming. And one of the things we're going to bank on as being important, I'm going to just convince myself it's important. Whether or not it actually is a different story. Most people I talk to convince me it's also important, so we're going to pretend that it is, and then we'll see what actually happens once it goes live, is the Clarity Act. It brings clear rules, consumer protections, and U.S. leadership in digital assets. Innovation doesn't wait. Congress shouldn't either. Pass the Clarity Act, yes. Now. They did talk about it at the World Economic Forum, which we are about to talk about in a second. Davos. Not to be confused with Gabos. Gaming based on sympathy, baby. Clarity must pass. Bo Hines, who now works for Tether. He had some job in the White House before. I don't exactly remember what it was. Every person I talk to that isn't like a deep crypto Twitter guy is telling me that this Clarity Act thing is really important. And I don't really know how to like gauge that or not. But like this is a Tulip King take. This is a Tulip King take with a lot of these government proposals. People can say what they want to say. It matters this, it matters that, whatever. But you really have to just wait for it to go live because they push this thing back again and again and again and again and again. And then once it's live, we can decipher whether we think it's important or not. Because at the current moment, we're just, I don't know. It's a fun narrative to cling on to. But I do think we potentially see an influx of companies that don't feel safe with crypto, feeling safe with crypto after this thing is live. But I don't know. We'll obviously follow it. And we're about to talk about it a little bit. I'm going to go through some of the Davos stuff in a second. Damn, got to say dates. Yeah, there's bro, it's happening, man. It's like if you want to be cynical, it's a good time to be cynical. But if you wanted to be optimistic, it's a really damn good time to be optimistic. And I think most great things happen at the precipice between the two of those. It's like if you want to be miserable, you could be miserable right now. You could be miserable. You could convince yourself it's a shit show and it all sucks. But if you really wanted to be optimistic and you were looking for reasons to be optimistic, you could be damn optimistic right now. You really could, my friends. You really, really, really fucking could be damn optimistic right now. I believe that. I fucking believe that. We're in an interesting spot. Also, was watching the threadguy stream and he said something that is quite obvious, but no one has been discussing. In the next 5 years, people will use AI to ask for financial advice and how AIs will suggest crypto based on true fundamentals. It's not the next 5 years. It's the now, I think. I think this is the now. Societal trend is not just AI getting bigger, but everyone using AI for everything. It's like second or third order effect, I think. That's like a second or third order effect. Last tweet for crypto for now is LTR. The funniest shit is crypto bros were right about most things. Fiat debasement, financial rebuilding, metaverse ownership, etc. And yeah, it's just the same Web2 companies or old metals receiving the reward because we killed each other off in little tribal wars. I completely disagree. I disagree. We were right about all of it, and the rewards will be reaped. I truly believe. If I didn't think the rewards would be reaped, I would just have quit on crypto. I disagree with the LTR tweet. Strongly. I strongly disagree. We will reap the benefits, and it might happen in ways that you didn't really predict, i.e. Hyperliquid winning with equity perps, but we will reap it. Also, this is incredible. You love to see this. Look at the volume. 5-minute volume, 300K. You love to see it. This thing is a monster. I would have sold it already. Maybe that's why I'm not in. Huh? Maybe that's why I'm not in. I would have sold it already. Thing's a monster. Nowhere else could you turn $500 into 500K in a week. Impossible. Is mathematically impossible to do it anywhere else other than crypto. Mathematically impossible. Also, before we move on from crypto, just to show you this. Gold pumped so hard we're early again, chat. Oh, crazy. It used to be like $1 million. It used to be like $1 million. 1.734 million per Bitcoin if we get to the gold market cap. Used to be $1 million. I'll just keep checking in on this every 15 minutes until we die and it goes to $1 billion or less. Whatever just got deleted, I'll read it before I move on.
Yeah, I see that.
This fucker got bailed out with this tweet. This fucker got bailed out with this tweet. Wait. He got fucking bailed out with that tweet. I don't have any views. No, they got no views. He got bailed out. Fucker. Well, 35K views. People love it. People fucking love it, man. Also, last thing before I move on is it's pretty funny that Crypto Bros picked Intel as their like token stock. Well, really Trump picked Intel as token stock, but Crypto Bros picked Intel as token stock. And they had really bad earnings. And look how this thing moves. Look at this. Look at this shit. Is crazy. Post earnings after CT went all in. Look at this. Minus 18%. Single biggest drop, I think, in its lifespan. It's crazy. But all right, let's move on from markets a little bit and talk about the title of the stream, which is going to be a fun one. Maybe relatively quick, but the counterparty team, DNAP and Tulip King, snapped like they always do on research. And let's talk about the fucking World Economic Forum, gentlemen. Let's talk about the fucking World Economic Forum, which I'm going to be completely honest. Don't flame me for this. But there's some good finance clips at the end, some good crypto clips at the end that we'll watch. I didn't even really know what this was up until like 72 hours ago. I had no clue what it was. Luke and Elliot Cook too, of course. I had absolutely no clue what this was. I never really heard of it, and I did not pay attention to Shifty Cooks every day, by the way. I didn't pay attention to Davos at all. And so it just happened, and it's been all over my feed. Okay, CZ just went there talking about dragging his nuts and shit. Larry Fink is talking about a unified blockchain. Gavin Newsom is there with knee pads for Trump. Scott Bessent's calling him out, like telling me sucking dick. Like I feel like it was. I made a tweet and I said Davos is complex con for billionaires, and it really felt like that today. Chat, am I alone in this? Jeremy Allaire from Circle talking about Hyperliquid. Did you know what this was prior to 3 days ago? Did you know what WEF was before 3 days ago? What is ComplexCon? Seriously? ComplexCon is like the fucking like hype beast fucking central. So the WEF, World Economic Forum in Switzerland, which I now know, is a yearly meetup where the world's richest CEOs, politicians, and power players get together to talk about the global economy, tech, and big world problems. Basically, this is the cabal. And if you think you're in a cabal, your cabal has a cabal, and if you didn't get invited to Davos, then there's levels to the game and you haven't reached the top one yet. This is basically what I've understand. It's like Grand FNF, except everyone in there is worth over $1 billion and basically controls some sector of the world. And if you didn't get invited to Davos, then you're not really as big as you think that you are. Okay, that's first and foremost. Second is, can you just like fly there? Like, I don't know if you would have gotten to the conference, but could I have just like gone to Davos? Maybe, right? Can you just like go? Is it a real, like, is it like a normal place? What is Davos? No, it's like you Google what is Davos and it literally just says the World Economic Forum. Like it doesn't even, it's not even like a real place. It's just like the forum is what it is. Like it doesn't even say like it's a normal, it's like a city and they like do this thing there. It's like, no, this is the thing. This is what it is. Interesting. Okay. It's just the name of a town in Switzerland, but it's really only known for this event. So it's just happened. Here it is, Switzerland in Europe. I thought it was Sweden, but apparently I was wrong. Basically, the Aspen of Sweden. It looks like a fucking movie. I can't ski, so I don't know much about Aspen. So it started in 1971, which is crazy. 1971. That's when we got rid of the gold standard, yeah? Wait. You know what else started in 1971, chat? You know what else started in 1971? Chat? You know what else started in 1971? Only the start of the great gold bull run of 1971 when Richard Nixon was the president and they bitched out Arthur Burns. Interesting development there. So it started in 1971. The goal of the conference was to teach European business leaders modern U.S. style management practices, as U.S. management was seen as the gold standard. Wait, was that like a pun intended? Seen as the gold standard? Is that pun intended or no? Did you write that on purpose? Was that like, are you trolling me? Interesting. Okay. It also happens to be the year that the gold standard was removed. No pun intended, I guess. In the 1980s, with our fearless right here, Davos expands beyond business into politics, geopolitics, and globalization. In the 90s, it becomes a symbol of globalization where CEOs and presidents openly debate about global issues. And in the 2000s, it's become a true cornerstone of globalizations. Brother, I can only imagine the side events in Davos. Can you imagine the side events that are going on at this fucking place. Okay. Today. Can you imagine the side events of this place? Today, 2026. Actually, wait. Let me start here. Okay, for decades, Davos was led by the WEF, World Economic Forum chair, Klaus Schwab. In 2025, he officially retired due to one, internal controversy around his misuse of WEF funds, and two, he was just getting old. Look, whatever they said about this fella right here, he fucking did it, bro. This guy looks like a supervillain. Genuinely looks like a supervillain. Whatever they... whatever... Wait, let's see. What is the controversy behind Klaus from the WEF? Like, whatever they said about him, he fucking did it, right? Look at what we put in here. This is bro.
Bad cop is waiting for you in your office.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Would you cancel my 2 o'clock? This next meeting could run a little bit deadly.
Activate helmet. Light.
The recent scandal for Klaus Schwab. Whistleblower letter triggered an investigation in April 2025. Allegations: 1.1 million in questionable travel expenses. That's not that high, all things considered. 1.1 million for the World Economic Forum doesn't sound that high. First class tickets for wife who has no formal role. I gotta feel like he did more than buy his wife a first class ticket, right? If we're like being completely objective about this. Luxury vacations billed to the WEF, having junior staff withdraw thousands in cash from ATMs, private messages expense to organizations. He resigned as chairman. Larry Fink and Andre Hoffman now interim co-chairs. Interesting. Oh. You'll own nothing and be happy. A WEF video that became infamous seen as advocating against private property. Wait, what is that? You'll own nothing and be happy.
Average house prices in Dublin, €509,000. You need a salary of 100.
You know the phrase, you'll own nothing and be happy. Yet, its origins might surprise you. Published by Ida Aachen in a 2016 World Economic Forum essay, she highlights a potential emancipatory and equitable world where people's fundamental...
I can find 3.
You know the phrase, you'll own nothing and be happy. Yet, its origins might surprise you. Published by Ida Aachen in a 2016 World Economic Forum
Dude, this is the actual cabal
essay, she highlights a potential emancipatory and equitable world where people's fundamental needs are met in lieu of a growing 21st century economy focused on service rather than production and consumption. Despite the butchering of the phrase's meaning, the feeling of
despite the butcher, what else would it mean? What do you mean the butchering of its meaning?
Unease is understandable. There is something slightly ominous even in the phrase's structure, its form. The juxtaposition of nothingness.
What do you mean by the butchering of the phrase? What? How could you butcher what that means?
Emptiness, a void, sentenced together with happiness. It's the uncanny valley of phrases. Yet,
why would they use that image?
There's currently 2 visions in how that phrase can be interpreted. A positive approach where public commons ensure everyone's needs are met and people are free to pursue life without the fear of homelessness or starvation, while a darker interpretation can be seen as this techno-feudalism.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the positive outlook on that one. Give me a fucking break. Okay. Daniel, link the video. It's an overview. Did I miss it? Oh, I did miss it. I don't think I missed it, actually. I don't see it. see the penguin? Yeah, let's quick update on the penguin. Not 30 mil. I didn't miss anything. Okay, back to it. Wait, that quote is crazy. You'll nothing and be happy. A WF video that became infamous. Stakeholder capitalism. His framework that expands corporate responsibility beyond shareholders of society. What and where is the original? You will own nothing and be happy. Interesting, my friends. Where is it here? I'm gonna get rid of some of this shit. Okay, in the meantime, we'll come back. Okay, so he's out. The actual supervillain is out. And now Larry Fink and Andre Hoffman. A Swiss billionaire, cool, he's from Sweden. And Larry Fink is obviously good for our narrative here, are in. And so the Fink effect is, before Larry Fink, Davos was much more of a political summit where heads of state, central bankers, and world leaders could discuss climate change, inequality, and ESG. Big focus on AI, and we saw some very lit AI speeches here. We'll watch for in a second. Tech and AI were centerpieces of the entire event, with major CEOs invited to speak. Fink tapped into his network and brought out the biggest names across tech and finance. By the way, I've really come to like this fellow, Larry Fink. I've really come to become a fan of Larry Fink. Now, there's a questionable video and quote from Mr. Larry. We'll watch in a second, but I've really learned to become a fan of his. Larry Fink even brought up the idea of moving Davos out of Davos to other global cities like Detroit. Trump is not going to Detroit, bro. Other global cities like Detroit is crazy. Here's the quote. The original source is the essay, November 2016, author Ida Auken, Danish MP, and World Economic Forum Young Global Leader. The original title, Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Published on the WEF website and since removed. It was a speculative thought experiment, and she was reportedly given the title and asked to write it. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Welcome to the year 2030. Welcome to my city, or should I say our city. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or any clothes. It might seem odd to you, but it makes perfect sense for us in the city. Everything you considered a product has now become a service. We have access to transportation, accommodation, food, and all the things we need in our daily lives. One by one, all these things became free. So it ended up not making much sense for us to own much. Transportation dramatically dropped in price. It made no sense for us to own cars anymore. In our city, we don't pay any rent because someone else is using our free space whenever we do not need it. My living room is used for business meetings when I am not there. Shopping, I can't really remember what that is. For most of us, it has been turned into just choosing things to use. When AI and robots took over so much of our work, we suddenly had time to eat well, sleep well, and spend time with other people. For a while, everything was turned into entertainment. People did not want to bother themselves with difficult issues. It was only at the last minute that we found out how to use all these new technologies for better purposes than just killing time. My biggest concern is all the people who do not live in our city. Those we lost on the way. This is the author. Oh, this is dark, bro. Dog. Okay. That's really fucking dark. Also, congratulations on the trade. That's really dark. Anyways. Privacy. Most underpriced narrative ever in the history of markets is privacy. Is it Zcash? Is it Monero? I don't really know, but probably we should figure that out. In total, there's 3,000 participants. I was here before the stream started thinking thread, but I'm in alone. Congrats, bro. GG on the trade. I'm proud of you. What's that? GG, my friend. 3,000 participants from 130 countries. Good shit. We cooking here. Motherfuckers figure out how to make their own trades on their own and they fucking cook. GG. GG. I'm proud of you, brother. 3,000 participants from 130 countries, 64 heads of state, 830 of the world's top CEO and chairs. Elon was there. Jensen was there. Dario from Anthropic. Ken Griffin. All types of people. Okay, my biggest takeaway from this, other than the weird cabal shit going on, is Davos is a fucking movie. After years of being boring, buttoned up event for boomers to talk about politics and virtue signal, it is now a spectacle for the biggest names in politics and capitalism. Dude, I felt like Davos was a mix of the NBA pre-tunnel runway with outfits meets Complex Con meets Twitter on a daily basis. Like it was people were popping out in fits. People were talking shit. They were clip farming. Like it was, I have never really seen this on my feed. Maybe it's just the type of things that I interact with now. But this shit felt like it was a spectacle. Okay, here's a couple clips. One, this is insane. I actually haven't watched this yet.
Serious knee pads.
Look at this. Gavin Newsom. Fuck Gavin Newsom, by the way.
And they're the new Trump signature series knee pads.
This is the World Economic Forum, by the way. National television. He does this.
And they're the new Trump signature series knee pads. Yeah, and they are available online. I told you the last one sold out. And I just want to sort of... It's a serious moment. It actually, we laugh. Anyway, these are available and in bulk, too.
But I want to read you a couple of things.
Trump knee pads, bro. Nobody even clapped. Nobody even laughed at this. What the fuck is this?
Serious knee pads. Yeah, and they are available.
Woo! One guy. Woo! What is this?
They're the new Trump signature.
You know, no amount of money and even good looks can substitute aura. Aura to me is one of those things where you have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, there's nothing that you could do to gain it. You can't buy it. You can't work it. You can't really earn it. It's kind of like an innate trait. Like you're born. I guess like you're born. Are you born with aura? Is it like genetic? How do you get aura? Are you born with it, chat? Yes or no on the born? I kind of think yes. I kind of think you're born with it. And this is so...
And they're the new Trump signature series knee pads.
The new Trump signature series knee pads, bro.
Yeah, and they are available online.
Watch him throw it into the crowd. No one. Watch him throw it into the crowd, and no one like does.
One sold out.
And I just want to sort
This is a serious moment.
Look at he's like embarrassed and shit.
But we laugh.
Look at him throw it. Look at him throw it. Look at him throw it. No one wants it.
Anyway, these are available and in bulk.
Tosses it into the crowd.
Too.
But I want to read you a couple of things the U.S. government has said about you.
Like, what? That shit was fucking cringe, Gavin Newsom. I'm not gonna lie. That was a miss. And this reply is pretty sick. Scott Besson, who, by the way,
I think
this gentleman I did not know has aura. This shit is crazy. I'm a Scott Besson fan. After
Gavin Newsom may be cracking up with some of these.
By the way, this is what I mean. This shit was like a fucking comedy event, bro. It was like remember the NBA bubble where everybody was in the bubble for like 6 months and it was just event after event after event after event after event. This felt like the NBA bubble for like billionaires.
I think Gavin Newsom may be cracking up with some of these things he's saying. I think he may be in over his hairdo, and
over his hairdo.
And being on the national stage is very different than being governor of California with no signature achievements.
With no signature achievements.
But to say strange things like President Trump is the Tyrannosaurus Rex, what the hell does that mean? I could say Gavin Newsom is a brontosaurus with a brain the size of a walnut. And if you brought the knee pads, maybe that was for his meeting with Alex Soros. I don't know.
Who I've now learned Alex Soros is the son of George Soros and the biggest Democratic donor.
I think Gavin Newsom may be. And if you brought the knee pads, maybe that was for his meeting with Alex Soros. I don't know.
Bro, they're clip farming. Like, they're actually clip farming, bro. Like, what is this? They're clip farming. Like, it's like Streamer University. They're clip farming. Look at this. Look at this one. How do you say it? Macron? Is it Macron? I practiced this before stream.
Do prefer respect
Look at this.
to bullies. We do prefer science to plotism. And we do prefer rule of law to brutality.
Bro, I'm almost positive they're inside, by the way. I'm almost positive they're inside.
We have a place where rule of law and predictability is still the rule of the game. And my guess is...
The fit? Bro, like Andrew... the Andrew Tate fit at the World Economic Forum. Like, bro, what? Also, Justin Trudeau is there, just like engagement farming with Katy Perry. Like, what is this, bro? Like, what is this event? It's like the Streamer Awards, bro. What is this event? It's like the most... Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna skip this for now. Yeah, the A-Truck video is really good. And so here's we'll come back to this in a second. But so this is fucking insane. So this fella right here, Macron from France, was wearing sunglasses. I can't believe we missed this trade, by the way. I'm genuinely upset that we missed this trade. This is the type of shit that's right up my alley. Was wearing sunglasses from a brand named Henry Julian. The eyewear brand. Oh, so Henry Julian, the eyewear brand by iVision. The company that owns the eyewear brand Henry Julian saw its stock pump after he wore these glasses on his speech. It pumped 70% in one candle, bro. This is like the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle trade on steroids. It pumped 70% after his speech. I can't believe I wasn't paying attention. How did I miss this? Genuinely, how did I miss this? Genuinely, how did I miss this? Your brain has to be on 24/7. I know, it's crazy. They say attention is valuable. It's literally the only thing that matters. I'm like so butthurt we missed this trade. Genuinely. And so the second thing is I'll go like this. Okay, look. Then Trump did his speech, which was insane. Trump's speech was insane. And he said they're going heavy into nuclear, citing major safety advances. He argued nuclear is both reliable and cost competitive for powering the economy. Right after, Energy Fuels UUUU runs the only operating conventional uranium mill in the U.S. The stock has been pumping and continue to pump after Trump emphasized his focus on nuclear and uranium. So Trump goes to speak, dumps a little bit, and then we fucking rip it. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it. You're looking at too many things to catch trades like this. Yeah, I guess, but it's at the same time, it's like for these attention suck type of events, I should have been paying attention. I don't know. I wasn't like thinking about it, but we're not going to miss it next time. I can guarantee you that. And then obviously Trump ripped the taco. Trump always chickens out on the tariffs. Macron was 15 years old when he met his wife, Bridget, who was 40 years old. Is that true? Bridget Macron is nearly 25 years older than her husband, with a significant age gap being a well-known aspect of the relationship, which began when she was his 39-year-old high school drama teacher and he was 15. What? Okay. She was his high school teacher. Okay. That's interesting development in the situation. But the point being made is that next time there's a fucking attention suck and every famous person in the world is at it, there's some trades. This is my favorite trade by far. Absolutely electric trade. Would have been fucking fun to take it. But so yeah, Davos is a movie now. And the topic of 2016 or 2026 is definitely AI in the workplace. And everybody was talking about Claude, bro. To me, the biggest gap in Davos here is no Sam Altman. Why? Why was he not there? Did he not get invited? I don't understand. Why was Sam Altman not there? I don't really know. But the thing that I'm seeing everywhere is Dario from Anthropic is kind of on a world takeover, low T, is kind of on a is kind of on a world takeover type of run here. I've never really heard him talk. I've actually never heard him talk. Let's see. Put on 1.25.
Human could do at the level of a Nobel laureate across many fields by 26, 27. We're in 26. Do you still stand by that timeline?
So, you know, it's always hard to know exactly when something will happen, but I don't think that's going to turn out to be that far off. So, you know, the mechanism whereby I imagined it would happen is that we would make models that were good at coding and good at AI research, and we would use that to produce the next generation of model and speed it up, to create a loop that would increase the speed of model development. We are now, in terms of, you know, the models that write code, I have engineers within Anthropic who say, I don't write any code anymore. I just let the model write the code. I edit it. I do the things around it. I think, I don't know, we might be 6 to 12 months away from when the model is doing most, maybe all of what SWEs do end to end. And then it's a question of how fast does that loop...
SWEs, software engineer, which I've now learned.
Close. Not every part of that loop is something that can be sped up by AI, right? There's like chips, there's manufacture of chips, there's training time for the model. So it's, you know, I think there's a lot of uncertainty. It's easy to see how this could take a few years. It's very hard for me to see how it could take longer than that. Yeah. But if...
Crazy. 6 to 12 months. And people fucking love this guy, dude. People fucking love this guy. I don't really have much of a take yet. And so here's a Jensen clip as well. I might as well watch it. It's short.
First of all, Claude is incredible.
Claude is fucking incredible.
Anthropic has made a huge progress, huge leap in developing Claude. We use it all over our company. The coding capability of Claude, its reasoning capability, its its ability is just really incredible. And anybody who's a software company really ought to get involved in and use it.
It's the best. It's the best. It's kind of becoming the like. It's kind of becoming the darling, I feel like, of these AI labs. And this fall off is insane. I don't know what really happens from here with OpenAI, but why Sam was out there, I don't really know. I don't really know. And so let's see, there's a couple clips here. One, Ken Griffin is basically saying that, we'll watch some of this. The hype on white-collar jobs getting cooked is basically just that. It's hype, and it's not real.
It has re-empowered the head of technology in every business in the United States, and it has pushed budgetary resources into the hands of the chief technology officer. So what you're seeing across American business is actually the impact of American businesses spending more on digitization.
I've also never heard him talk before.
Large. Of which AI is just one component. It's one component, but in some sense, it's the cover story.
Who is she?
That creates the space for American companies to really embrace technology in a much more profound way. I was in China about 1.5 years ago with a group of prominent global executives, and they were all talking about how AI was changing their business. It was so fun. And I said, let's go around the table, and let's each share a story.
Something's off.
Story. To how we're using AI to make our business better. I heard 5 or 6 great stories. Not one involved generative AI.
But does that mean that the productivity boost from generative AI is still to come? How quickly will it come and how big will it be? I mean, are you in the camp that, as Dario Amodei says, half of all entry-level white-collar jobs will, be gone in the next...
So Dario, Anthropic, and him don't agree.
5 years. Is it that kind of change, or is it more...
Look, put yourself in his shoes. How much money does the AI community need to raise over the next 5 years?
A lot.
Right? Data center spend in the United States this year, over $500 billion. Like over $500 billion, okay? You're not going to generate this kind of spend unless you're going to make a promise you're going to profoundly change the world.
So is it hype?
Of course.
So AI will not profoundly change the world.
How else are you going to get people to write $500 billion of checks just this year alone, right? There needs to be a level of, AI is your savior almost.
So he's saying cap. He's saying big cap, which is what Ben Affleck is also saying. But then the guy that runs Anthropic is not saying. So I don't know. And this is a crazy one. Elon Musk to BlackRock, Larry Fink. By the end of next year, I think we'll be selling humanoid robots to the public. That's fucking crazy. And then so it leaves us to this, which is a lot of crypto stuff. I have like 4 clips from crypto. I'll watch this one first. Brian, our boy and good friend of the stream. Very good friend of the stream. Brian Armstrong.
This. Is the euro in danger from a Bitcoin standard?
No, I'm a bit skeptical, Brian. Sorry to say it about this idea of the Bitcoin standard. We left the gold standard, but the gold was only a technical mean. What is important is what you say, Brad, that monetary policy and money is part of sovereignty. And we
get ready to run Finn bags, buddy.
live in democracies, and I think the public role is key. And if we lose that, really you lose a key function of democracy. That said, I always keep repeating that money, as long as it exists for centuries, has been a public-private partnership. You need a public anchor, whatever its form is. Remember, silver and gold were sovereign assets, so it was on the public side. And then you had banknotes, and you will have CBDC. But anyway, the most important...
Imagine they sent Jesse Pollock.
Important part of payments is in the private sphere, and this is the development of tokenized private money. But this tokenized private money must be regulated to inspire trust, confidence.
It's fascinating that you say that. Brian, you mentioned a complementary role that you could play.
So I think that crypto is very good for fiat currencies. It's very good. Bitcoin is like good as a check and balance on deficit spending, because when there is a lack of trust, or people, from like in a U.S. context, if people are worried about inflation, or maybe in places like Argentina or Turkey or Nigeria, they are going to flee to the thing that they believe is going to store value more. So I think in general it's going to be very complementary. And like you said, I think it comes down to trust. And so if fiat currencies can maintain trust and not have the money printer kind of debasing everybody, then they'll survive. But if countries that have bad behavior on that dimension, Bitcoin doesn't have a money printer. The supply is fixed, and people will go to it in times of uncertainty, kind of like they did with gold.
The guarantee for trust is independence on central bank side. And we have a common mandate, and we are accountable to that. But sorry to say that I trust more independent central banks with a democratic mandate than private issuers.
There's no private issuer of Bitcoin.
Of Bitcoin, which have a very useful role. But
Bitcoin is a decentralized protocol. There's actually no issuer of it. So that's in the sense that central banks have independence. Bitcoin is even more independent. There's no country or company or individual who controls it in the world. And so anyway, I think it's a healthy competition because if people can decide which one they trust more, and I think it's.
I mean, people that run the world, still the older gen that runs the world still doesn't even know what crypto is, which is relatively fascinating. But Brian Armstrong is kind of the truth, man. Now, here's another interesting clip that I like less.
I think the movement towards tokenization, decimalization, I think the movement towards tokenization, decimalization is necessary. It's ironic that we see two emerging countries leading the world in decimalization, in the tokenization and digitization of their currency. That's Brazil and India. I think we need to move very rapidly to doing that. We would be reducing fees. We would do more democratization by reducing more fees if we had all investments on a tokenized platform, that you could move from a tokenized money market fund to equities and bonds and back and forth. We have one common blockchain. We will.
See, that is a sus line. One common blockchain. This quote has gotten thrown around a lot. The one common blockchain is going to be BlackRock chain. It's not going to be Ethereum. And it's definitely not going to be Solana. BlackRock is not going to do it on ETH. When he says on one common chain, he's not talking about Solana. And he's definitely not talking about Aave. Or, AVAX. Or SWI. Base. It's not Base. It's BlackRock chain.
We can reduce corruption. So I would argue that yes, we have
Kita.
more dependencies on maybe one blockchain, which we could all talk about. But that being said, the activities are probably processed and more secure than ever.
I mean, this is obviously going towards super centralized walled garden BlackRock chain, right? I mean, it's like we're setting the stage for that, I think. If we're really going to be serious about this, it's not going to happen on Base. Really, Base? No. It's going to be ThinkChain. And I don't really think that that's great for our bags. But it sort of is what it is. And we'll have to take with that what we get. Here's one more awesome.
The first day?
Yeah, the first day was pretty brutal. So you go in, they strip search you, you strip naked, you show your hands, show your back, the back of your hands, show your ears, open your mouth, show your tongue, lift your balls, flip over, spread your butt cheeks, cough 3 times, that whole thing.
Wow.
And how did you deal with that emotionally?
Balls, flip over, spread your butt cheeks, cough 3 times.
Wow.
That whole thing.
And how did you deal with that emotionally?
I'm not usually very emotionally stable. So I just thought, at 4 months, I just got to get through it, right? So it won't be fun, but I'll just get through it. So I was like, okay.
Straight face, just completely. Bro, everyone just pulled up this thing in clip form. Seriously, everybody just pulled up the World Economic Forum and was just like, I'm about to fucking clip form. In the last video, that's interesting. is this.
We've seen is an explosion in
CEO of Circle.
On-chain
USDC.
markets that are all stablecoin based, markets like Hyperliquid, where basically people are building tokenized instruments for basically providing derivatives.
Remember, Circle submitted a proposal to win the USDH stablecoin on Hyperliquid.
So on every single form of commodity and asset that's in the world, and stablecoins are the collateral, the relative margin, and the liquidity for that. And so I actually think market infrastructure to support tokenized commodities is maturing very, very fast, and stablecoins play a key role in supporting that. What we've seen,
He's shilling Hyperliquid at the fucking WEF. By the way, it's time to let it go on the hair. But he's shilling Hyperliquid at the World Economic Forum in front of the most powerful people in the world. It's definitely happening. There's a lot of crypto talk at this thing, man. There was a lot of fucking crypto talk at this thing, and that is our quick recap of Davos World Economic Forum 2026. Dude, it was a fucking movie. It was like a billionaire spectacle. It was like a cultural. It was like a culture event. Everybody pulled up. Everybody brought their fucking best fits, their best clips, their best takes, their funniest little insider jokes, jabs. Gavin Newsom brought knee pads. CZ talking about spreading his butt cheeks. Larry Fink's talking about one blockchain. Everybody brought their fucking their A game for Twitter. Everything's just what's Twitter gonna say now? It was electric, and next year we will definitely be streaming this. Right? We have to stream it next year. So yeah, shout out the entire Counterparty team. I love these fucking presentations. DNAP and Tulip King, goated. Luke, Elliot, goated. And everybody else, goated. Bro, threadguy, I wish I had insider info like you on what to buy and what not to buy. You, my friend, are a retard. Ask Brian to get an invite to bring you to Davos 2027. Can you imagine if I was there? Can you imagine if I was there? You know what the problem is with people telling you what to buy, my friend, Trash TV? Is when someone tells you what to buy, you're buying on their ball tingle. So as a default, you should only sell on their ball tingle as well, but they never tell you when to sell. And so telling you when to buy is actually not particularly helpful if you don't also get told when to sell. You know who speaks to this? Jesse Livermore speaks to this. Call it a tip. When you get a tip, you also need a tip to sell. That's why he doesn't trade tips ever, because it's not worth it. Get your own ball tingle. You got to earn your ball tingles. You got to earn your ball tingle. Okay, well, as we wrap here, it was a pretty good week. This is absolutely fucking unlike anything I've ever seen. Silver's at 103, and it just keeps going. I'm going to just take the cope side of this and say when Bitcoin finally goes, it is going to fucking go like people would never see. Would never imagine. That's what my cope is going to be on the silver side. Gold as well. It's about to do it. It's about to hit 5K. Beat Ethereum there, which is crazy. Crypto. Ugh. It just is what it is. It is what it is. On the BTC side. ETH, not great. Sol, not great. Hyperliquid getting bull posted really hard. And maybe we're going to trade some of these miners. Maybe. Maybe. Just fucking maybe. I think that's basically everything that I wanted to talk about with you today, my friend. Oh, this one's crazy. This is crazy. Well, Alex Honnold, the GOAT, solo Taipei 101. Now I'm losing more ping pong games. I know. I know. Wait. The content is on. It's 8 p.m. ET on Netflix. Oh, it's on Netflix. It's 1,600 feet. No ropes, no harness, no safety net. First person to ever free solo the building. Live broadcast. Wait. Alex Honnold, Taipei 101. Is it like a trailer? Jesus, dude. He's practicing with ropes. Bro, the fact that there's a 94% chance is absolutely insane. Also, you're betting on him dying, right? If he doesn't do it? That's the bet? Is him living? He's a 94% chance of living. Is crazy. Oh my God. Who's betting no? Oh my God. Who's betting no? What the fuck? Dude. No ... Dude, betting... If you bet no on this market, you are literally going to be karmically in debt for... If you bet no on this market, you are going to karmically curse your ancestry bloodline for multiple generations if you bet no on this. Wow, dude. Wow. That is dark. If you bet no on this, you are fucked, man. What would his wife say, though? I don't get it. Wow, that's fucking dark, man. Oh, it is 10x. Stop. That's not funny, dude. That's not fucking funny, dude. Don't even joke about betting no on this, you fucking lunatics, man. Don't even fucking joke about it, dude. It's not funny. It's not funny, bro. It's not fucking funny. It's not funny. No, I'm kidding. It is kind of funny. It's funny to joke about. It's funny to joke about joking. All right. It's funny to joke about joking about it. Okay? It's funny to joke about joking about it. Okay. I'm going to just... call it on that note. We had a good week of streaming this week, huh? We had a good week of streaming this week. I feel like we did. I feel like I had fun this week. Close it off pretty decent. This is one of our better weeks, low key. This is one of our better weeks, low key. YouTube loved this stream. I forgot we have a YouTube chat. Talking about Fartcoin in there. It's dark over there. Good luck eating only sardines. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna just like invite a date over on Saturday night and just hope. I'm invited a date over Saturday night. I'm gonna cook a really long meal. I'm gonna just hope it snows like 5 feet, dude. I'm gonna just hope it snows 6-7 feet. And I'm gonna cook really long. Like I'm gonna take a long time. I'm gonna fucking like I'm gonna just like take my sweet ass time. Dessert. We're making cookies. We're doing a movie. We're watching Marty Supreme long out. I'm gonna just take hella time and just pray it snows. Yeah, that's the method that I'm going to exuberate. But I'm out of here. I love you all so much. I appreciate you so much. I'll be back on fucking Monday. You already know the drill. It's gonna be a banger. Every day, bro, we get bigger every day. Chat gets bigger every day. Stream gets bigger every day. Everything gets bigger every single day. I love you all. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you all so much for supporting. It means the fucking world. Without you, I have nothing. You guys are the reason that we're able to do it every day. The reason we're able to do it every week. I'm not gonna make it to 3 hours. I'm not. 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 13 seconds. I love you all with all my heart. Maybe we're long silver miners. Maybe we're not. I'll tell you what I have to do on Monday. I love you all. I'm out.